Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Man, We're Too Old for This, here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'm your host, the experience that some call Jason, and with me today is...
CDL-113, the droid you've been looking for.
The token netcode complainer, Tarky.
And the Todd Father, live from the Gazebo of Doom.
So it's just the Gazebo of Doom Day, it seems lackluster. Haven't you used that one before?
No, because normally I'm on the exercise biker. Gazebo of Doom.
Oh, that's
Today
fair.
I'm just sitting here. I'm not working out.
Alright, well today we're going to just be talking about news of the past week or so. So we'll get started with, well, let's get started with the big DC news, I guess. Well, actually, we've got a couple of pieces of DC news.
Yep.
We'll start with what's probably the bigger one, though. Apparently, people have whined enough that we are finally getting the so-called Snyder Cut of Justice League coming out.
On HBO.
Yes, on HBO Max, coming out next year, I think.
Oh, well, it may be next year. I know HBO Max starts 7. It starts streaming 27. So
yeah, I want to say
it
was 2021 when it was actually supposed to come out on it, though.
Oh yeah.
Can't swear to it, but you know, I'm looking at a picture here advertising it that says 2021, so I'm going to go with that.
Oh. You think they're gonna take that year's time to try and finish some of it? I've heard rumor that some of the original cast would come back to do reshoots or some shit.
I cannot imagine DC's going to spend much. I mean, that Warner Brothers going to spend much money on this thing. It's already a flop.
20 million. I've seen reports of 20 million already.
Wow.
I mean, if I had acted in that, and I can get paid for reshooting this garbage, why would I not hop back in?
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean on their part. Yeah, it's a paycheck for them. I understand that.
Yeah.
Why would DC or Warner Brothers rather just throw more good money after bad?
Because it's going to be the big thing of their streaming service.
Yeah, but 20 million big? I don't know.
Trick is, nobody gave a shit about it until now. When they announced that yesterday, the subscriber count, trust me, just shot the fuck up. It shot up. It was plenty of people that were not going to buy that shit the minute they went, hey, we're going to bring this. Because I think I've heard rumor that they're going to break it up into 6 parts, so it's going to be kind of like a series, something. Ain't like you can do a movie. It ain't like you can do a whole movie of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But see, this is where Warner Brothers has come in smart on the internet game. They found their whale, and they're gonna fish it.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, as a marketing employee, I guess I can say 20 million just seems like a lot.
And not when you're AT&T.
But also, it's 20 million for a movie. For a movie budget, that sounds super low.
Yeah,
true.
That's mad cheap.
I know. I guess I can't get across the whole. It's already flopped. Let's spend more money on it. I
mean,
no?
It's movie producers. They don't care that it flopped. They care that people said they want it. So obviously, it will make money, and it's a movie.
Not to mention the fact that they can insure it. If it flops, they get paid. If it don't flop and they make money on it, they get paid.
Well, the trick is this go round. It can't flop. It's on a streaming service. It can't flop. Hell, you done paid to see the shit, whether you watched the shit or not. You done paid for it. They got that muff out of you at least.
Well, it could still quote unquote flop if they don't get if the subscriber bump they were looking for doesn't materialize. They can sit there and go, well, we didn't make our money back.
Yeah, and they can insure versus that.
Can it though? Because let's be honest, these are people that want to see this movie that I assume have already watched Man of Steel and the god-awful Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. So if you could watch them two movies and still go, I want to see this dude's vision of the DC universe, your taste is in the toilet.
I guess my question is: are there really enough of those people? Are there really enough of those people to bump the streaming services numbers up high enough to be worthwhile?
You had enough of them signing petitions and shit to get them to do it. So.
Yeah, I guess they could really take those petitions as a basis of like,
yeah,
this is roughly the number of people that would want to see it. So, you know, they probably gauged the budget off of that.
Anytime you deal with online petitions, I always have to wonder how many of them do fake accounts and stuff.
But you know, they could. They could very easily Mandalorian it. Oh man, I really want to see this. You see it when the shit's over. Hell, you cancel.
Pretty sure Mandalorian.
I mean, like, it's probably just going to be a 1 month bump, but it's still. They may be doing it as this is $20 million, but we're just cutting out a lot of the advertisement because this is now the advertisement for HBO.
That's true, because you definitely gonna have people talking about it, like us.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Who in the hell was really jonesing for HBO Max before this? This is the first anything that they've said that was going to be on there that, you know, people have actually gone, oh, hell yeah, I want to see this shit. Other than that, hell, it was, you know, CW crap, Doctor Who, and the thing that had me looking at it was the Looney Tunes cartoons are going to be on there, which I was like, oh, that'd be neat. And then I saw, what, $14.99 a month? Damn that. You know,
That's actually a crazy expensive price.
We're gonna compete with Disney by doubling their price.
Yeah. HBO streaming services are high like that anyway. They have a very, very high opinion of their channel.
That's odd. I seem to hear some yo-hos in the background. I think someone's hoisting a flag.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. It's going to be the Snyder Cut hour. Let's just say that his Justice League is probably going to have a hell of a lot in common with his Tales of the Black Frame. It's full of pirates? Yes, it's full of pirates. How dare you want to pirate that man's brilliance?
All right.
So yeah, that's you know, that's HBO Max's big thing is, and I mean they really did do a kind of cool rollout for it because Calvin has got a podcast called King Stash or something like that, and he showed up on when Snyder was talking about it and they announced it. Hell, the internet blew up, so. Hell, that's $20 million just in advertising.
Yeah, you may be right. It may work out great for him. Just as long as it doesn't work out so well that they give us a sequel.
Well, let's be honest. That's going to be the next thing. That'll be the next thing because Snyder, if you listen to him, he's already told you what the hell's in it. You find out that Harry Lennox, his general character, turns out to be John Jones. Superman, basically the first Justice League was supposed to set up the whole nightmare scenario that Batman was having visions of and dreams of and shit in Dawn of Justice. So yeah, it's supposed to be dark as hell and end on an Infinity War type cliffhanger. Which you'll never bet. Trust me, once they see this shit, they'll be going, I gotta hell, I want to know how it ends. So, it's a brilliant move on their part. You know, brought interest. Well, it's brought in the faithful, considering their dead DCEU property. First them, next the Dark Universe. Dark Universal, or whatever the hell it's called.
What's this?
You remember Dark Universal? The Mummy?
Oh, the Monsterverse. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what they called it. It was called Dark Universe or Dark Universal or something like that. Even the Universal globe was different at the beginning of it.
Yeah, everything was going black.
Yeah, and they call it Dark Universe.
Well, anyway, I guess we beat up on Snyder enough.
Can you really beat up on Snyder?
All right, Dan, you had a little piece of news. What's your piece of news?
Ruby Rose is leaving the lead role of Batwoman. It was announced yesterday or day before. I'm not sure which one. But
Day before.
Day before, yeah. She gave a little, send off reply to the fans, thanking them for, being faithful to the show and everything. Well, today it has come out that possibly her leaving wasn't 100% her decision. It was more of a 50-50 breakup.
Get out.
She,
you can't fire me. I quit.
She wasn't happy working on the show, and that made her not fun to work with, according to some of the sources that in the article that I read.
Did she hurt her back?
She hurt her back and had to have surgery. She herniated 2 discs.
Yeah.
So she's been in pain on the set doing, a lot of the physicality. And
much like a lot of the people that watch it.
But
there's not a lot of people that watch that show.
That's true. That's true. That is true. It was almost a victimless crime.
She took the role coming off of John Wick 2 and The Meg, and according to what I read, the long hours of required for doing a lead TV role, and then having to move to Vancouver where the show shoots, she wasn't happy with all that. It was her first full-time TV gig.
It's an adjustment. Going from TV to movies is an adjustment, or
yeah,
movies to TV,
or back and forth. Making the transition from one to the other. Let me put it that way.
And so between that and then the injury, I think she was just ready to go. I'm done.
And she may have been keeping up with the ratings of the show.
Yeah, but you've already had the staff for the CW go. They're going to try and cast an LGBT actress for the role, and you've already had Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine post yesterday in a Twitter comment. I read everything Batwoman, so and she would be perfect for the role. If you've ever watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, she plays Rosa Diaz, and she's got this real gruff voice. That's not her normal voice. When she talks, her voice is normally, like higher and, chipper and it's really funny when you hear the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I've never heard her in interviews. I have seen bits of the show, enough to know who she is, and I'm kind of like you when when I read that, I was like, yeah, I could see her.
So,
I mean, she can't do any worse.
Actually, I think she would do a lot better because, she's the most physical actress on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, when she, her cop character gets into fights and stuff, and she's got the build for it.
From what I've heard, though, the problem with that show, well, one of the problems was the lead actress because I've heard that she's fairly wooden. But the biggest problem with that show is the story. They fire a writer because that's kind of what needs to go. One reason why I never really cranked up on the thing is, hell, the commercials for it were cringy as hell. It'll look better. It'll be perfect when it fits a woman. Yeah, save that shit. I'm good. Yeah. Batman quits because he finally kills the Joker.
Which, if you're going to do something if you're going to do something where Batman is, where Bruce is no longer running around as Batman, that or him being dead are pretty much the two ways you're going to do it,
Yeah, the trick is remember how in the Nolan Batman movies, they tended to have a theme, kind of like the first one was fear and the second one's kind of like chaos, stuff like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The theme of that episode was heroes don't quit.
Yeah, so it sounds like it was kind of the whole Rey Star Wars thing.
Yeah. The
only way we can make Rey cool is to make everybody else suck.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was the whole thing, was that the theme of that episode, and it come up several times, is that heroes endure. and you find out that Bruce quit because he killed Joker. And then, because at the time, she had murdered somebody too and was going through PTSD, but she did quit. So yeah, it was look how cool Batwoman is at the expense of Batman.
It's almost like some of these characters just can't just be cool on their own.
Because they're not. That's the problem. They're not cool. Batwoman, when you boil it down, is just chick Batman. There's a ceiling. That's kind of the problem with a lot of those characters. There's a ceiling to it. She just female tokenized Batman. But rather than try to make them cool some kind of way, they just go, well, hell, we'll just basically destroy what came before, and then she'll be cooler by comparison. People kind of go, meh, keep going. Superman has the same problem in Supergirl, so it's probably just Berlanti.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. But they're supposed to have a Superman show coming.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
maybe some of that'll get worked out.
And I like that Superman, but it's still the CW writers.
You know why you were like that Superman, Jason? Because you ain't watched enough shit with him in it. Trust me. If you watch the things with him in it, you would like it. Because he is second to Kara in every conceivable way, shape, form, and fashion. If him and Kara both go at the same something, he's gonna drop, and she's gonna endure.
Yeah, they've.
Well, if it's on her show, it's because it's her show. Kind of like in the comics when it's when it's your book, you do a little better than anybody else that shows up.
Yeah, but the trick is you turn the hero that is the hero. Because even when they, before Superman starts showing up, Superman was the hero, you just didn't see him. Then you don't need to put him in there. Because if all of a sudden, hell, he's incompetent, yeah, you start getting cringy. Yeah, the Bionic Woman saved the $6 million man sometimes, but at no point did you think, well, goddamn, anytime they go into a fight, she's winning and he ain't. But anyway, I digress. She's gone. Would have been happier news if they said the show was gone, but 2020.
Well, they got to get at least 3 seasons of it so it can be in rotation.
Shit, I think the only reason why they were doing that, I think that's another something for HBO Max. Hell, they got 20 fucking episodes of the first season. Shit.
Well, now they're going to have a few episodes of the second season.
Well, yeah, and it'll be fun for everybody just really to see just how low the ratings go. I mean, they were in the 600,000 rank. The end of this season. Shit, we could get all the way down to hell 200,000 people. Shit.
What's considered a healthy rating for a CW show?
I don't know. You usually want at least 1 million people.
Okay.
Preferably in that 18 to 24. 18. What is it? 18 to 24 bracket.
Yeah, I know that's the bracket they tend to aim at. But
yeah, if you got 800,000 people a week watching your show, 700,000 people a week watching your show, you're not, you sliding, but you'd rather have 1 million, considering the population of the fucking country. Yeah.
Fair enough. So anyway, but it started off as she quit, and now it's kind of, the couple going, well, it was a mutual decision.
It was a mutual dumping.
All right, then. Well, let's get away from the DC universe for a little bit.
Yay.
Taylor, what do you got to tell us about?
Now we get to fighting. Alright, so a little bit of background information. There's a big fighting game tournament called EVO. It's been run around since about 96. So since I was 3.
Child.
Yeah, but like, it's got over 20 years of being a fighting game tournament, so it's pretty big. And another big thing about EVO is every consecutive year they've had more people attend live. And now, they've had that streak broken because they had to cancel a live event this year.
Yeah, a lot of geek stuff had to be canceled this year.
Yeah, but replacing it, they are doing an EVO online tournament, which has had a change of what games are going to be shown, and also a bit of controversy due to the fact it's going to be online, because what I said as my intro was netcode. That's how fighting games kind of talk to each other, is the netcode.
Okay.
But in fighting games, there were like, in Street Fighter 3 Alpha Strike, there was something called a perfect parry. If you blocked on the perfect frame, you took no damage whatsoever through the block, and you could like parry anything. But online, due to netcode issues, trying to do something like that is nearly impossible. So like the entire framing of the game is now different, because there's certain things you're not really going to be able to do as well, because there will be lag, there will be issues
Things
in
that
the netcode.
things that a skilled player could have done before, it's kind of out of their hands now.
Right, well, almost. There are players who only play online, and they know the delay timing. You know, they can do better with it than they could in a live game, where players who play nothing but live games won't have that training for online play. It's just going to be a little weird, but the big news of it was 2 games, and potentially just 1. They've been real iffy about canceling one of the games, but one of the big games has been taken out. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is the game that was pulling the biggest solo numbers for EVO, but because the netcode is so atrocious, they just said, hey, we can't really have a functional online tournament for Smash Brothers, so it had to be removed. And they were doing another tournament, or a kind of like an exhibition almost, where they had EVO is typically an open contest. People just come in and play, with some invites being tossed out. But there was specifically a tournament for a game that they've been running for. They ran it for years and years, and then it slowly moved out. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Now, it had a rebirth online by one of the big players, Yippers, basically starting up a new tournament in his basement and streaming it. And EVO wanted to hop on that and was like, hey, you know, it's been 20 years since this game came out. You know, we'll do a kind of a reconciliation and bring this game back for a year for one round. And they had pre-selected people to play.
Okay. Now you've had a new Marvel and Capcom game come out. Why didn't they just use that one?
No, that's the thing. When Marvel vs. Capcom 2 faded out because Marvel vs. Capcom 3 began rotation.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a bunch of the older players from MVC2. You know, it's been like years and years since 2 got out of the rotation. It's just the dude wanted to bring back that kind of basement tournament feel, so he invited some dudes over and they just streamed it as a tournament.
Okay.
And EVO went, wow, that pulls big numbers, and it is kind of like the anniversary of the game. We'll pull it in for this EVO.
Okay, so it was kind of a grassroots thing that pulled in big numbers, and EVO went, ooh, we like big numbers.
Yeah. But like the dude that did it has been an announcer for EVO for multiple years as well. Like, he's known in both, you know, he's big in the fighting game community. People knew this was gonna blow up. or at least be very popular for one shot. But it's kind of like it's really vague right now. No direct information has come out about the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 tournament, but that's because it had pre-selected players, and like they're gonna have to contact everyone, make sure everyone's okay with online, and I think all that the footwork for that has not been finished yet, so they can't really say yes or no to it.
So I'm looking here at a list of the games. I see Samurai Showdown.
Yeah, the newest Samurai Showdown. Yeah.
Okay. Some kind of way I had lost track of that one since the original.
It kind of comes and goes. It's really weird for me because Samurai Showdown kind of comes and goes. It hasn't had like a consistent schedule of coming out like even Street Fighter had a brief history of not coming out with anything. But like Tekken and Soul Calibur have very steady schedules.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, and the list of games like Dragon Ball Fighter Z or Dragon Ball Fighters, however you want to say it, its netcode is like, it's bad. It's real bad, and people make jokes about how bad it is. But like, there's just nothing they can do. They have to keep certain games in.
Contractually obligated or something?
Well, it's just like that's the popular games. Like, they have to keep popular games in, even though the net code isn't strong for them. But then they've added a couple new ones in to help take over, the empty space. Because Smash Bros. Takes a long time. But like, also people are surprised that Mortal Kombat 11 was not on the list. But that's because Mortal Kombat 11 is in. It's just called Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath because a new DLC has come out, which contains more main story content. So they've changed the name of it.
Oh, okay.
But like, that was kind of like the tricky clickbaity thing that they did. It's like, oh, Mortal Kombat 11's not here because Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath is here. We've got RoboCop.
So they just confused people. Okay.
Hey man,
yeah.
Respect the RoboCop.
Well, they've also got.
I mean, he looks cool.
Terminator.
But
yeah, they've got him, Terminator, the Joker's in it. They got all kinds
Spawn.
of oddball characters. Yeah.
Yeah. Killer Instinct, which is a reboot of a 64 game. It had a brief run like 2014 and 2016. They're bringing that back in for this one. Skullgirls is coming back in, which is really weird because I'm not sure if... Yeah, Skullgirls has never been on the main stage, but now it is for this one. And this one's just weird, and you guys are going to have to just believe me that this game exists. Them's Fightin' Herds, which is a game...
Kills with
Some kind of
cows.
It's a fighting game that was based on My Little Pony. But then they changed a few things to kind of make it legally acceptable. But yes, it's an animal fighting game.
PETA's gonna love those people.
And people have been it's just been hilarious. Because like people have been like, Smash Brothers is in here, but this furry game's in here. What is this nonsense?
But I bet some of them have played it.
Oh, I mean, I played it at a convention once because I was like, "What is this? Why am I a horse trampling another horse?"
Sound like some strange brony porn.
Let's see. But now, thanks to the fact they're having to stream everything and it's all online, they don't have to compress it as much. So instead of it being a 3-day weekend, Evo's going to extend over like 11 or 12 days this time around.
So it's almost more like a show that you'll tune in when you know they're about to do something over multiple days.
It's more of a show than an event for this year.
Which,
due to the transfer to online.
This year there's a lot of stuff that you just kind of got to seat of your pants to find some way to do it.
Yeah. But it's just a little sad because like Evo has done nothing but grow over its lifespan, and they'll probably still pull big numbers this year, but like as far as like live attendance is concerned, obviously this is going to be their first drop.
Well, it's canceled, so they just flat won't have live attendance this go round.
Right.
But
But
that means everybody that
will
was
still
wanting to go
exist.
this year, will undoubtedly go next year, assuming they can.
Yeah,
have that
they're going to see a boom.
Assuming
next.
that, yeah.
Yeah, assuming they get to have it, yes.
Yes.
But it's just a little bit of news about the biggest fighting game tournament in North America and how they're shifting. Shifting due to what they have to do.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because like Killer Instinct was still played on the side, just that it wasn't main stage. Skullgirls was still played on the side, it just wasn't main stage. So they're just pulling some of the side games that still had some popularity to fill back in the roster.
Well, it's almost like if somebody was doing a like Jerry Lee Lewis used to do the telethons. If you had some acts quit, you just have to slide, find somebody to slide into that slot because you got to fill the time.
You mean Jerry Lee Lewis did telethon?
Allegedly. I've heard rumors of such.
Jerry Lewis.
Like, there's been jokes.
There's no Lee.
Because people were...
I guess
there were some people super excited for the Smash Brothers being online because they're like... There's certain characters that work very well in online play. So everyone was like, time to see every single person play Sonic. Let's go. Because with the delay, Sonic has kind of an auto-track attack that works much better in online than offline play. So people are just like ready to see everybody playing this online. Because no one can stop it. And then it's like, no, we see this coming. We're just going to cancel it. Smash Bros. Ain't happening today. But yeah, that's all on Evo.
Alright, so just for the record, Jerry Lee Lewis is an American singer-songwriter. I just got the two mixed up.
Yeah. Jerry Lewis is, hey lady.
Yes.
And Jerry Lee Lewis bangs his cousin. Banged his cousin.
I didn't know that much about him, but
You do now.
Yeah. And I think she was underage to boot. So
She was 13.
Yeah.
All right, now this is getting weird.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's weird.
Well, I mean, I can't look, Todd.
Fighting.
Todd, I can't stop two consenting adults. Like that can't happen. It's that extra step you took.
Well, the extra step was the truth.
Yeah, I realize.
Okay. We're way off topic, but just to set things straight, she was his third wife, and also his third cousin.
Oh, okay.
So it was third cousin, which is a little weird. But you know what? Let's just move on.
Perfectly legal in the state that they were in.
Third cousin's probably legal most places, probably. Despite being from Alabama, I've never looked into it, so I don't know. Let's move on.
Quickly, before this web of lies gets too tight. Danny's snorting. What the hell?
Me.
Unfortunately, from there, though, we segue to some bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd, if you would...
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we probably should have saved the incest for last. At least it'd been funny. Sad news report. Shad Gaspard, 39 years old, former WWE wrestler, was part of Crime Time with his partner JTG. Was in a Florida beach Monday with his son playing, and they both got sucked out by a riptide. Lifeguard saw him, went to try and rescue him, could only get one at a time. Shad said, take my son first, save my son. And before they could get back to him, he was engulfed in a wave and was missing. The rest of Monday, all of Tuesday afternoon, they pretty much had stopped really searching for him anymore. And his body washed up on a beach Wednesday morning. So he's dead at 39 years old. They say Vince McMahon took it really, really hard. Can't find. I've yet to see where anybody said anything bad about the guy. They say, I know he had started working with Clayton Thomas, which is this comedian that does skits on YouTube, and dude was hilarious. So,
well, you kind of knew that from watching him on Crime Time. But...
Yeah. But he'd start doing movies. Matter of fact, I think he was in that last Sharknado. I know he's in one of the Sharknado movies. He was in Birds of Prey. So, he was just starting to kind of get his Hollywood on when this happened. It was rumored that even Crime Time was looking at re-signing with the WWE to kind of go up against the current champions on Raw, the Street Profits, But all that's in the wind now. But if it's sad for his friends and family, but I can't lie. If I gotta go out, I'd want to go out a hero. I'd want my last words to basically be going, save the other person.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's got to look good on your permanent record.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a shame. You can find, like I watched this morning, Batista was talking about it, and he couldn't get through 10 minutes before he was breaking down.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times, a lot of those wrestlers have been on the road like they are. They're kind of tight.
Yeah, they get close.
And just so out of nowhere.
Yeah. Because I just been watching videos with him and Clayton Thomas last week. Because I was like, oh snap, that's Crime Time on there. And because it was kind of like, man, I wondered what happened to them. And yeah, it's that when I saw that Monday night, I was like, oh shit. But yeah, that's a damn shame. Condolences to his family, friends, JTG. I know he's tore up.
Oh yeah, he'd have to be. Well, we hate to end on a downer, but
the news as it is.
The news is what it is.
And it's 2020. 2020 is all about the downer.
Unfortunately,
2020 has pretty well been the downer. Yeah.
What is it? Any damn thing that goes on. I had a friend go, it's me. And I woke up this morning and there was, frost on my windshield. What kind of sense does that make? 2020.
Yep.
You got murder hornets and UFOs. I'm waiting for the Nazi tarantulas.
I'm waiting for the zombies.
Nah,
too many people want the zombies. That's not going to happen.
Yeah. And the trick is, I think, the whole zombie thing, that's so 2 years ago.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to wrap up here. Hopefully we'll have better news next week or something a little more cheerful.
My God, you got the Snyder Cut. That is the greatest news of all.
And you don't like it.
Damn it.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll watch his half-finished movie and appreciate it for the joy that it is. Dark Side.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, hope y'all out there, enjoyed our little news conference today. We'll be back next week. If you liked us, like us down below. We're in conference. It works.
Share, and subscribe. It doesn't feel like a conference.
We are conferring.
Nobody said something, like cover yourself in UV light or shoot up Drano or something. That's a conference. This was just a conversation.
This is a news conference. Those are press conferences. Totally different thing. So anyway, we'll see y'all next time. Again, I was your host, the experienced some call Jason, and with me is Ben.
CDL 113.
The token horse puncher, Tarky.
That's cruel. And the Todd father. The Todd father sitting here judging you for punching that poor defenseless horse.
But when he punched it, were you a cow?
I was just another horse.
Okay, then that's okay.
He's going to get us protested by PETA. PETA's getting on Animal Crossing, protesting Animal Crossing, so...
But see, that's press. I mean,
That's also news.
It was good press.
Alright, I'm turning this off before it becomes any more of a shit show.
Alright.
See y'all later.
See you.